What's next game? Easy game, you know, someone like Falkirk or something. No, Roma. Now again, you can kind of give some leniency. It's Roma.
It's Roma, and it's in the Europa League.
But you know, it's his first week still there. Still gonna get his.
What's going on, guys? It's JJ here, back with a new video, and like I said, we're gonna try to put out videos every day in January and see what we're digging into. But obviously, I want to get back into the Scottish Premiership. This is a league that is just rife with so much fun. Celtic versus Rangers are some of my most watched videos, but as well on top of it, it's some of the most entertaining football in arguably the best rivalry in football outside of Chelsea and Arsenal. And Arsenal Tottenham. Chelsea Tottenham. Chelsea West Ham. Chelsea. As a Chelsea fan, it's really, really tough. And I know they're more aligned to Rangers, but I try to keep it open. But anyway, we're going to take a look at the current downfall of Celtic. People keep telling me to take a look at this because of how insane Scottish football is and how down in form Celtic are at the moment. And they're not even, I think they're third in the Scottish Premiership from what I saw. And they just played an Old Firm Derby. So we're going to take a look at that as well eventually on the channel, probably tomorrow more than likely. But today we're going to take a look at a complete recap of the downfall of Celtic so I can get caught up in the Scottish Premiership lore. And then we'll get back into watching some of these footy matches, maybe live also. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. Let's get into the video. As well, guys, you can find the original video down in the description below.
What the hell is going on in Scotland? More specifically, what the hell is going on in Glasgow? Twice in a matter of about 2-3 months, it's like Rangers and Celtic are having some kind of competition of who can terrorise their fans the most. And to
So it's
everyone
both
in
teams.
Glasgow, or fans that's not Rangers and Celtic, it's somewhat kind of entertaining to watch. Now, this ain't to disrespect Rangers and Celtic fans, you know, just as a neutral from someone that's not from Scotland. You know what? I kind of like the idea of someone else winning some stuff for a change, you know.
I was going to say, has someone else actually ended up winning some stuff? Because I know Celtic and Rangers, that Rangers title in 2021 was probably just absolutely world class. But also, yeah, Brendan Rodgers getting 2 stints, same as Ange.
I'm looking at you, Celtic, really. You know, with Rangers, it's a bit more complicated with, like, the dying stuff and that, but, you know, Celtic, Wilfried Nancy. Now, this is a man that I'm quite well aware of, because when Vincent Company, we had even some links to the likes of Wilfried Nancy, because he did a pretty good job over in America. You know, he seemed to have some good ideas, and, you know, very progressive, modern football style of way of playing the game, very energetic, and it looked like, you know, he's got some good ideas. You know what? If you're a manager overseas, especially, you know, Australia, like or in America, if you've got some way of football that's working really well and it relies on you having a lot of the ball, and you could almost have that idea, almost like ignorance of, oh, well, if we give you the best players in the league to do the style of football, yeah, it should probably work.
It probably should.
Russell Martin didn't really work out that well, unfortunately, and neither has Wilfried Nancy so far. Now, Russell Martin is, of course, now gone. Nancy is still there, and it has been maybe the worst start of a manager in the history of managers. So, if you guys do want...
Well, but also they gave him... Didn't Wilfried Nancy get there in the middle of the season? Like, he didn't get his whole preseason... It's like when... God, you could use NHL's example, actually, of caretaker managers taking over.
For Christmas or New Year's.
It's going to happen again.
Watch this, but probably too late for Christmas gifts. But hey, treat yourself. Maison Designs, the best wobble prints, all made by myself, of course. Many Celtic prints, and unfortunately for them, Celtic fans also sent mirrored gold that won the cup against them. Sorry, boys, for showing that up. But yeah, use the code Xmas 30%.
Well, now we're just plugging. We're plugging his stuff for him.
Of course, the possible company as well.
Here, I'll skip ahead, hopefully.
Next manager, he comes in, Nancy. First game is Hearts, who is top of the league, but everyone is kind of just expecting them to eventually fall off a cliff, because that's kind of what happens with Scottish football. You know, Aberdeen did it last year, fantastic start to the year. I believe they went unbeaten.
16 games unbeaten.
Honestly, 12, 13 games until like November, and then just completely nosedived. So
12-game win. Oh, no.
It's kind of there thinking, well, Hearts probably will do the same. Well, they beat Celtic at Celtic Park, and they just beat Rangers at home last week as well, after beating Celtic again at Tynecastle as well. Hearts are top of the league by a good margin, and for my own bank account, please, for the love of God, please win the league, Hearts. If I was to ask you when the last time a team other than Celtic and Rangers won the top flight of Scottish football, can you tell me who it is? Can you tell me when it was? Some of you would, if you're from Scotland, obviously you would.
Probably like Motherwell or something.
Have a guess. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. 40 years since Sir Alex Ferguson was at Aberdeen. Okay? Some of you watching this video, if you're like, between like 12, 13, 18, whatever else, there's a good chance your dad or your mum may have not even been alive on this planet
the last time someone not Celtic and Rangers won the title.
Celtic and Rangers won the
And it could happen it's like a Leicester City year.
But going back to Celtic, of course, Wilfried Nancy comes in, first game, Hearts at home. It's a tough game to play. It's an absolute must not lose. And in the end, they lost 2-1 at home. And looking at the stats, and we all love stats, 72% possession. And you're now thinking, okay, yeah,
and more XG as well.
Still be there. They had all the ball.
Better corners, better shots, more accuracy.
Look, give him time. Okay, give him time. It wasn't like a diabolical performance. They just didn't take their chances. And
the only good comparison I have of this is Graham Potter at Chelsea. Because on XG, those games, or his style of play from Brighton to Chelsea, it worked. Like the style of play that Chelsea had when they had Graham Potter, for the most part, worked and it fit on paper, and we just would never win games. So the advanced stats aren't always the correct thing.
They're working things out. Okay?
They're not always the best thing to look at.
Okay, crack on. What's next game? Easy game? Someone like Falkirk or something? No, Roma. Now again, you can kind of give some leniency. It's Roma.
It's Roma, and it's in the Europa League.
But it's his first week still there, still trying to get his ideas across. And kind of coming through halfway through a year, it's tough for any manager. They got battered 3-0. Okay, it happens to the best of us. Roma was flying in the first half. They pretty much just put their...
They have Dybala, so...
3-0 up at half time, and then kind of just chilled out for the rest of the game. Okay, understandable, but my God, a cup final in second week as a manager. Jesus, you really are not helping him, lads, are you? Keep in mind, before Nancy came in, Celtic won like 6 of the last 7 games under O'Neill, I believe. And now he's come in, Nancy, lost 2 games in a row and a cup final, up to a league cup final. It's against Rangers, which I'm sure you're thinking, no, it's St Mirren. St Mirren! I mean, they won the League Cup about over a decade ago against Hearts. They don't really win things. They're just happy to be here. Celtic, this is the time to just show your strength. Show your quality. The cream rises to the top, I said. They lost 3-1.
They got battered.
St Mirren beat Celtic in the cup final, which is nuts. When it comes to the worst starts in history, this is really, really not far off being one of the worst. A top of the table clash between Hearts and Celtic, first week second at this point, lost. A European game against a good side.
And it got battered in the European game.
Battered pretty comfortably in the first half and then just walked it the rest second half. And then a cup final, which she just got thrown into, and then losing that. Dundee United away up next. For Christ, you can't keep losing. They lost. They lost again. 2-1. Looking at Nancy's interviews, his demeanour, the videos, it comes across very awkward, and my God, Nancy looks traumatised. It's like throwing...
He's like, I mean, he literally has no time to adapt to Scottish football. He's given 4 games, 5 games, and they're just all terrible games. So he probably hasn't fixed out the defence at all. And he's to lose 2-1, to lose 3-1, to lose 3-0, to lose 2-1. Like, you just haven't fixed any defence at all.
Alabama. Is Alabama? They don't even have ghettos. I don't even know. Miami centre place. Throw me in the centre of Miami in a crack then and see how I do. I'll be looking the same. And to keep us up to date, we got up next. We got Aberdeen, the team that actually beat Celtic in the actual Scottish Cup final last year on penalties. So they've already caused them some drama. They're well up for it, and they still lost. Aberdeen lost, by the way, not Celtic. Yeah, Aberdeen, you had one chance, lads. Now Nancy's got a lot of attention online.
Until we finally got a win.
Media, because he is just very different to what Celtic or Scottish football typically had. What I mean by that is the fact that he has a tactics board with little...
Oh, and he's just playing with the board during the game.
To resemble the players, kind of formations, tactics. And I don't know why, but this has become the funniest thing in the entirety of Scottish football now, apparently. Go on Twitter and you'll find it's that same meme of him playing Connect 4.
And you lose in 2-0 to Hearts and you bring out the board.
The fact that a football manager...
I don't remember what manager did that in the Premier League, where he's literally playing with the board while they're just getting absolutely peppered on the field. I can't remember who did that.
A revelation here, boys. But one thing that can be critiqued by him is that on his social media, he put as a new profile picture, like a 14-year-old girl that just been rejected by some guy that she liked, and then puts a new post up, proving everyone wrong. A revenge post, almost in a way, to say that you actually, you know what, I don't even need you anyway. Wilfried Nancy, I'm pretty sure this is his official Twitter account. His profile picture was this, with a Venn diagram of things that matter and things you can control, and a little sliver in the middle that links it both together with what you should focus on. it's just great. But you know what?
That's grim.
And I really hope that he just has a reasonable run of games. It's becoming quite terrifying in terms of, like, if he kept losing, what could still happen. Keep in mind as well, the fans at Celtic, they're not really a big fan of the board, like, at all. There's a lot of uproar with the board about lack of investment, lack of kind of...
But how can you sack the board? You can't get rid of the board that way.
Dominance over European progress, therefore they never really go that extra step in terms of investment or in terms of keeping key players that already can win in the league.
It is insane to think that Van Dijk came from this club.
Can help them in European football.
And Henrik Larsson and so many other players.
More filler players that can just win the league, but again, just do anything in Europe. Multiple repeated Champions League or other European competitions, typically in Champions League though, just cautious tactics and just a squad just not being of a high enough quality, a high enough depth.
Yeah, to use the Kyra
and because of this, it feels like the money that they get is kind of banked over there and actually reinvested to try and make them at a higher level. Because what the supporters see is, in terms of financially, they're doing pretty good. You know, they're bringing in some decent money. But because of this decent money, by winning the league, whenever I qualify for Champions League, they don't really bring in that many marquee signings to really push the board. Meaning that they're just not really taking that much of a risk in terms of big signings and trying to really...
Especially to break the wage structure and really to change the team.
Celtic fans watching it.
Chelsea are going to do the exact same thing right now, and it's easy that I can relate to this because literally the entirety of the Chelsea fan base feels the exact same way, and it's not the investment. That's the complete opposite part. It is the lack of smart signings and backing the manager. Whereas in this case, they need to sack the board and probably the manager and start from ground zero and find people that actually want to invest in a team that has such good history in Celtic. In winning the Scottish Premiership and competing to make the Europa League and Champions League, and then going for it and just going to try and go win. It's a hard dice to rip. But okay, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If we should go take a look at the Old Firm Derby, which we probably will. Let me know. We're gonna take a look. I think I want to go back and look at that 2021 Rangers season, and then take a look back at Celtic's past couple of years. I mean, we're still catching up on a lot of the Scottish Premiership. Thankfully, I do watch a lot of footy in my free time, so I can understand the titles that they won. And I know that they lost to, God, what is that team from? Is it Uzbekistan? I don't remember where Kairat is. I have no clue why they're in the Champions League. I'm sorry. It just makes zero sense. But okay, let me know what you guys want to see down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.